Hey guys, Evan Tan here. In this video, I'm going to talk about the dropship model. Alright, so in this short video, I'm going to talk about briefly what's dropshipping, how is dropshipping compared to traditional businesses, and lastly, why is it so popular nowadays. Alright, so maybe you have heard this term before, maybe you have not, but throughout this entire course, we will be using this business model to make money. Alright, so let's get started. First things first, let's go ahead and break down the dropship or dropshipping model. Alright, so right now, let's assume you already have an online store up and running. Okay, so let's say a customer chances upon your store, comes in, buys something from your store. So let's assume it's $50 worth of, say, iPhone cases, right? So you, the store owner, the next step is to proceed to purchase the iPhone cases that customer has purchased from you. Right? So because you are selling the iPhone cases to him at retail price, so you're selling him at $50. But you, the store owner, you are buying directly from the supplier. So you are able to get at a discounted price. So say you are able to purchase the iPhone cases that customer bought from you for $25. Alright, so the next step, instead, unlike all other traditional businesses, like you have to ship and pack the item yourself, go to the post office and drop it off the post office, you don't have to do that. The magical thing is that the supplier is able to drop ship this item for you directly to the customer, and it would take probably around 2 to 3 weeks, but that's the magic. You do not need to do any of the pick pack, the really hassle stuff. All right, so let's assume that you already bought it for $25, and he paid you $50, right? You would have already made a $25 profit. All right, so cutting off, let's say if you have done Facebook ads or maybe some influencer ads, let's say you cut another $15 or $10 CPA, cost per acquisition of a customer, you have already made maybe $10 to $15 of profit, from this single customer. All right, so I hope you get a better understanding through this diagram. If not, just go through slowly again, and understand how this entire business model works. All right, so next up, I'm going to show you a quick comparison of traditional businesses versus dropshipping businesses. All right, so to quickly summarize, it is very low risk and minimal capital is required. As you've seen just now, you do not need to buy any stocks upfront. All right, let's say in an Amazon business, you have to do very thorough product research, and you have to white label a product. You have to spend thousands of dollars on stocks upfront. However, with a dropshipping business model, you do not need to do that. You only purchase the item when a customer have already purchased. So meaning that the money from the customer has already got into your PayPal or your bank account, right? So this way you do not have that much risk as compared to other traditional businesses. All right, next up, it is very easy to get started, right? As mentioned earlier, you do not need any inventory right from the start, right? Inventory at the start is a lot of upfront money for university students, for those who are working part-time. I know you guys do not have a lot of cash, or maybe a lot of side cash to start off this business. So right? So this dropshipping business is very easy to get started. You do not need a lot of capital, all right? Next up, you do not need to manufacture or ship the product. As shown in the dropshipping diagram just now, you do not need to ship the product, right? The supplier will ship the item directly to your customer for you, okay? Lastly, there is a wide selection of products, right? You can choose any products that you find on any dropshipping website, or more commonly known as AliExpress. There's tons and tons of different variety of items for you to sell. And lastly, right, you have a very flexible workplace. Remember how me and Steve travel all around the world. We can go to conferences, we can go to holidays, but we can work anywhere, anytime. As long as we have a laptop with us, we can work anytime, right? Anywhere. Okay, that's very important, and I know you guys want this lifestyle as well. So I hope you guys are able to hit that by starting this dropshipping business, right? So next up, I'm going to briefly also explain why dropshipping nowadays is so popular, right? So as you can see in this picture, it's actually technology making pick packing and warehousing much cheaper as compared to maybe 5-10 years ago. Dropshipping is not a new concept, but dropshipping nowadays is more and more popular. It's because of lower shipping costs, right? Mainly because of the prominent rise of e-packet, right? So e-packet is basically a global courier service from China, Hong Kong, to United States and other prominent countries like, if I'm not wrong, some of the European countries, Australia, Canada, right? So it has much faster deliveries, okay, not really fast as compared, of course, you can't compare it with like DHL, where they charge like $30-40 US for a track shipping. This one takes around 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes 2 weeks, but at much cheaper rate, right? You can ship something from China all the way to US for maybe at $1 to $2 minimum, I think $2 plus, and most importantly, it is trackable, right? Trackable. And when you buy something online, you want to always know where is your item at, all right? And this way you can keep your customer confident that his item will arrive. Alright, so that's all for this video. I hope you have a better understanding of what dropshipping is and how ePacket, this very, very prominent service that you are going to be using in your dropshipping business, and how all this comes together and you can able to start your own dropshipping business. I'll see you in the next video.